we're going to first graph this line, and then we will figure out the domain range and end behavior. So the first thing is that this line is in slope-intercept form, and slope-intercept form looks like this: y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. So our line is y equals negative 2x plus 4. So that means our slope is negative 2. And if you want to think of it as negative 2 over 1 so that you can see both the rise and the run, you can do that. And then our y-intercept is 4. So the way we're going to graph this is we're going to go to our y-intercept on the y-axis. So I'm going to go up to 4, and I'm going to put a dot. That's our y-intercept. And now from there, I'm going to go in both directions. So I'm going to go down 2 and right 1. And I'm going to make a few points. And then from that same y-intercept, I'm also going to go up 2 and left 1. Just so that I have lots of points so that I can connect the dots for my line. All right, so now let's talk about domain and range. If I followed this graph to the left and to the right, it would go on forever and ever. So that means the domain is all real numbers. If I followed the graph up and down forever and ever, it would also continue on. So that means the range is also going to be all real numbers. In general, when you have two arrows and they're facing opposite directions, your range is going to be all real numbers. And almost all of our families are going to have a range of all real numbers. So now lastly, let's talk about end behavior. End behavior, we have these automatic x statements. X is going to go to infinity and negative infinity. And that just means as my graph goes to the left for negative infinity and as my graph goes to the right for positive infinity. So this means we're going to the left and this means we're going to the right. So I want to look at my graph here. On the left side, so the arrow that's farther to the left is this one. It's also pointing up. So that means that my y is going to go towards positive infinity. So as you go to the left, the graph goes up. And then here, for my arrow on the right side, as my arrow on the right side, it's pointing down. So that means my y value is going towards negative infinity. So as the graph goes to the right, as my graph goes to the right, it's also going down.